Experts say some of the challenges in livestock production in Nigeria include low level of technical input, poor capacity utilization, low investment, high production cost, high cost of credit, inflation, amongst other factors.
On daily basis, there is a little or more lighting, natural light that they should experience, but it should not be as heat as expected. Just like one of the pens I showed you the other time, we have blackbirds there. And you know blackbirds, they generate heat much. So if the sun is not eating them directly, then it becomes an issue. Once you know what is happening, you start having mortalities. You just see them jumping up. You might not really know what is the cause. When you open to do a PM, you might not see anything. So it will take you a long time before you now know that it was because of heat. And in the most, especially in the dry season, once there is an high level of heat, once the temperature change, what we'll go is we'll go into inside of the pen. You feel the atmosphere. When you now notice that those places are hot, what you do is to open the nipples at the back to drain out the water, because definitely waters in the nipples or in the pipe will be warm. And once it's warm, they cannot take it. And 75% of what they use in doing their production in a day goes to water. And once that water is warm, as if you're taking tea, once they cannot tap it and drink it, don't expect better thing from them in that day.
The consumption of animal products in developing countries is still very low compared to that of the developed world. Statistics show that people in developed countries obtain on average 27% of their energy and 56% of their protein from animal products, while people in developing countries obtain only 11 and 26%. Reports show that the trends in consumption levels predict rapid growth of 2.8 and 3.3% annually up till 2020 for meat and milk in the developing countries. Direct impact on climate change on agriculture can be felt doing livestock rearing, fisheries, forest extraction, and many others. A visit to a fish pond farm in Ikorodu area of Lagos State shows that an increase in temperature and climate change has really impacted on this farm, where change in water quality affects the rearing of fish. This farmer says it's true there is climate change because he invested over ₦1 million in this business, but it's now gone.
One of the reasons why we have brought you here is a farm that really represents what many of these fish farmers are going through as we speak. This farm, for instance, started in 2007, and we started very well. Our target was 30,000 metric tons per annum, and we are doing all of that we were supplying virtually the whole Lagos. But all of a sudden, we just noticed that what we are getting out of our production, what you call producing the small one, the we call it juvenile. We started losing out of about 6,000 ashing. Sometimes we get zero, and then we started getting worried. Now, the main fish itself, it is a farm that has the capacity to produce 30 metric tons. We started having problems that our fishes are not growing, and at a point we had a disaster. About three points of 2,000. We just everything just died, and we're wondering what's the problem. We didn't know it was this impact of climate change. The water has changed, and we started losing production. We brought experts to come and analyze, and sad enough, by 2010, we can't produce anymore.
One of the problems with climate change in terms of hatching is that you cannot predict when the eggs would be ready for you to hatch. So it used to be 12 hours before, now it's moved to 8 hours. And then the last time we tried producing, we were looking at 8 hours, and guess what? In less than 3-4 hours, the broodstock was ready, and we were not prepared for it. We managed the situation, and made production. But the effect of climate change, because we have what I would call partial drought. Now, because of that, most of the surface water is at the depth. And despite the fact that it's at the depth, the nutrient concentration, because they do not have ample water supply at the groundwater, it is concentrated. And because of that, there is unwavering increase and decrease in pH. So right now we could pump, and then while we pump, the pH is low, we buffer. So by the next time we try to pump again, you discover that the pH has gone up.
Climate change has serious implications for global fisheries and aquaculture. Besides the physical and financial drivers, climate is a major driver that enhances the aquaculture sector growth and sustainability. The variability of temperature, air humidity, and total rainfall shows negative signs to aquaculture production in the pond system.
As we speak, I visited a number of farms in Abeokuta, in Lagos, and even close to us here. Lagos State has a farm called Odogunyo Fish Farm. Most of the farms have collapsed. The only ones that are working, they are not even producing, those who are in the fishery now, who are succeeding, are those who are doing 8 pond. And going by what we hear from them, the production rate is not maximized.
There are no research at the moment to curb us, because they feel that once you have water, then you don't have problems with climate change, but it's really affecting us aquaculturists as well.
Small-scale or individual farmers are amongst the most vulnerable to climate change.
This is one of the major responsibilities of government. I know we have research institutions like the one at Victoria Island called NEOMA. The research institution should really wake up and get in touch with us. For instance, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the agri sector there, we have a number of farmers there. We are real farmers. I mean, from what you are saying now, this cannot be a fluke. This is a farm that costs about 50 million here to put this in place. But we don't have the fund. The government should come in to research. They can sell the result to us. We're not saying it should be free lunch. All the research institute should spend money on research. That's what we need to start with. Because if government doesn't provide this research and collaborate with international organizations to help us, the government, international organizations, donors, they provide money. But this is what they want to provide the money on. The money should be used for research. I mean, that's major for us.
Climate change is perhaps the most serious environmental threat to fish production in Nigeria.
Excessive rainfall leads to destruction of arable land, impairment of cultivated crops, increased growth of weeds, and greater post-harvest loss. While a significant reduction in rainfall may culminate in drier land, reduction in water level in streams and rivers increases farmers' search for water for irrigation and consequently resulting in invaluable man-hour loss and reduction in crop yields. That's our program for this week. Thank you for being a part of it. We hope to be back with you next week. But our inbox, earthfile@channelstv.com, is always available. It's bye for now.